Estimation techniques are important for planning and controlling projects effectively. There are several estimation techniques in project management that are used to predict the time, cost, effort, and resources required to complete a project. Some of the most commonly used estimation techniques are analogous estimating, bottom-up estimating, three-point estimating, parametric estimating, expert judgment, reserve analysis, Delphi technique, and parametric modeling technique. Let's briefly discuss each of these techniques in this lecture. Analogous estimating. This technique involves using historical data from similar projects to estimate the duration and cost of a new project. Analogous estimating is particularly useful when there is limited information available or when the project characteristics closely resemble previous projects. Bottom-up estimating. This technique involves breaking down a project into smaller, more manageable tasks and estimating the time and cost required for each task. Each task is then estimated individually, considering its specific requirements, dependencies, and resources needs. The estimates are then rolled up to provide an overall estimate for the project. Bottom-up estimating provides a detailed and accurate estimation, but can be time-consuming, especially for large and complex projects. Then we have the three-point estimating. This technique involves estimating the duration or efforts using three estimates for each task: an optimistic estimate, a pessimistic estimate, and a most likely estimate. The estimates are then combined using a weighted average to provide an overall estimate for the task. Parametric estimating. This technique involves using statistical data to estimate the time, cost, and resources required for a project. This technique is often used for repetitive tasks that have a well-defined scope. Then we have the expert judgment. This technique involves using the knowledge and experience of subject matter experts to estimate the time, cost, and resources required for a project. Experts provide estimates based on their prior experiences and subject matter expertise, considering factors such as task complexity, risks, and resource requirements. Reserve analysis. Reserve analysis is used to estimate contingency reserves, which are additional time, effort, or resources set aside to account for uncertainties or risks in the project. It involves identifying risks and uncertainties and evaluating their possible implications and assigning the necessary reserves to lessen their effects. Delphi techniques. The Delphi technique is a consensus-based estimating strategy that includes anonymously gathering input from several experts. Experts individually provide their estimations, which are then collated, summarized, and shared with the experts for additional iterations. This process continues until a consensus estimate is reached. In order to get more precise and objective assessments, the Delphi approach helps reduce biases and effects from strong personalities. Then we have the parametric modeling. To estimate project requirements, parametric modeling uses mathematical models or algorithms based on historical data. In order to create estimates, these models take into account a variety of factors such as size, complexity, or production rates. For instance, in a software development project, function points or lines of code may be used as parameters in a parametric model to predict effort and time. Each of these estimation techniques has its own strengths and weaknesses, and the choice of technique will depend on the specific needs of the project. Project managers often use a combination of estimation techniques based on the project's characteristics, available data, and the expertise of the project team. See you in the next lecture.